Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. So today's video is all about how to start a personal brand this year. So before we even get into the steps, what is a personal brand? A personal brand is when you yourself become the income generator. So you do so many things and you're good at so many things, but you become the glue that ties it all together. It's basically how I was able to create a clothing line, and then I was able to then put out a book, and then I was able to put out a mug, ebooks, this YouTube channel, consulting, fill in the blank. Because of my personal brand, I'm the glue and everything else stems from it. So you, your skills, your talents, your gifts, that becomes the star of the show. So how can you build a personal brand this year? The first step is getting clear on you. You know, what aspects of yourself do you want to share? It doesn't have to be every part of you, but what's going to be the theme of your brand? For me, my brand is faith-based entrepreneur. I'm more than that, but that is what I decided to make my brand about. And so anything I put out that's faith-based or entrepreneurial, it makes sense to me and my brand. So what about you? What's going to be the parts of you that you want to share? The second step is to let that be known. So whatever platform you're going to be showing up on, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, make it clear what your brand is. So for example, that could be you putting in your bio faith, family, fitness, or creating purposeful and profitable brands. That's mine. Or healing meals. Maybe you're going to be making healthy meals to heal people internally. Whatever that brand is going to be, whatever those aspects of yourself that you're going to be sharing with an audience eventually, make it known up front. As it's known in these next few steps, as you're creating content and putting yourself out there, you need to be keeping that brand or that theme in mind. Step number 3 is getting seen. Imagine there's somebody out there who is waiting and needing to hear what you have inside of your brain, what you have inside of you as it pertains to balancing faith, family, and fitness. Or for myself, like when I'm making content like this or when I'm posting on social media, in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, someone who needs to know about entrepreneurship, what are they needing to hear from me? And that inspires me to create content. If you're going to be talking about healing meals, what is somebody waiting to hear in order to be inspired to go on their health journey? So when you understand what your brand is going to be about, the aspects of yourself that you want to share, the next step is to get seen. And the first step of getting seen is knowing that as you're making this content that we're going to talk about, you are very intentional and you're talking about the things that you know somebody needs to hear. And let's say you have absolutely no audience. Imagine that there's somebody waiting who needs to hear from you. That is what inspired me to post content here on my channel when I had 50 subscribers. I'm thinking of that 50, there are 2 people who are subscribed and they're tapping their fingers waiting for me to post about faith and entrepreneurship. So think about it like that, to give yourself a push to show up. No one can know who you are and no one can connect to your brand if you're not talking about it in some way. So 3B is, okay, post where? Like, where should I be posting? And honestly, that is totally up to you. You can decide to post on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. You know, I chose YouTube because when I first started this in 2018, I wanted to be able to eventually post and talk, but then hopefully also one day get a paycheck. So because I knew about YouTube ads, I wanted to be able to post on YouTube to get paid with ad revenue. But everything has evolved. You can get paid with TikTok and you can get paid on Instagram. If you're going to be doing Instagram, you really want to utilize Reels, because Reels, when you post your content, which we'll talk about next, people can actually see you. You can get more visibility. I always strongly suggest that you choose one and stick to it in the beginning, because it is a lot of work to grow a platform. It's a lot of work to show up on platforms. And platforms like YouTube require horizontal videos like this, wider videos, whereas Instagram Reels and TikTok require more vertical, long long videos. And so sometimes content can be used on multiple platforms, but I would say when you're just getting started, as you're kind of mapping out how you're going to start your personal brand this year, decide first what platform you really want to get on and put your all into first. Or a few months from now, you can then go on another platform. And so I started on YouTube. I said, I'm going to grow this YouTube channel. And then a couple years later, I went back to Instagram, and now I'm back on YouTube. 3C is post what? So when you're thinking about the content you're going to be posting every month, look to your brand that you already should define and stay within those limits. So if I know that my brand is faith and entrepreneurship, every single month I ask myself a couple questions. What do I think someone needs to know this month about entrepreneurship? What do I think someone needs to know this month about faith? What do I think someone needs to know this month about having faith in entrepreneurship? And so when I ask myself those 3 questions, that then guides what my content is going to be. But then also don't forget to think about different types of posts, because having a variety of posts allows you to hit your audience at different places. When you think about the different types of posts to create, when you're creating content, there is content that gets you seen, and then there's content that helps you to build relationship. And when you're building a brand, you need both types of content. So content to get you seen are those popular topics. They kind of are surface level, going over that popular topic. Whereas content that's going to get you to build relationship is actually going more in depth, sharing more of your experiences, talking more to your audience, going live, doing vlogs, posting on your stories. That's going to help you to build relationship and to nurture the audience. Posting on your reels, or me posting a video like about how to make an ebook or how to grow your YouTube channel, or even this video. These videos get me seen, but then you'll see me here on YouTube every now and then going live or on my community tab, because now I'm building a relationship. And so to build a successful brand this year, you need community. You have to first grow with visible content, and then you need to nurture with personal content. And if you guys need help making your content for the upcoming month, check out the links down below. The 4th step is, okay, so how do I grow and how do I make money? We all want to make money, right? Step 5 is going to be about how to actually make money. Step 4 is actually what needs to happen before you can ever even make money. The true way to be able to become that income generator, to be able to sell books, clothes, mugs, and coaching services, you truly have to have a heart of servitude, and you cannot be desperate to make money quick. We're all here to make money, but you have to have a heart of servitude first. And the people who get this and who do this next part, they truly are the ones who win. And when you do this part, you become so unique that really anything you do after this will bring you income. And so you really want to show up and build that community with your audience. And it's a pretty simple formula of number 1, showing up, number 2, being consistent, number 3, giving value. Rinse and repeat. Again, show up, be consistent, show value. I didn't repeat that to emphasize it. I repeated it to let you know you need to be following that all the time. You need to keep showing up, because when you go through these processes, I believe this is what Pat Flynn, if I'm not mistaken, calls raving fans. This is how you build an undeniable audience of supporters who are like your ride or dies, and they truly become your raving fans. Some people call it your super fans. And you're also establishing yourself as an expert in your industry, or what we call a thought leader. So imagine you're somebody who your brand is healing meals, and you want to sell meal plans, or you want to sell recipe books about how to turn your people's health around using healthy foods. Well, why should they trust you? You know, maybe you're a nutritionist, which is great, that gives you credibility. Or you've done this with your kids, or you've done this for yourself. You can share about the results. You can teach them a thing or two. You can help them get results by just sharing what you're passionate about. And then the questions start to come of, okay, do you have a cookbook or something? Or, okay, can you send me some more recipes? And boom, once you're actually showing up, giving value, serving your audience, selling becomes the easy part. And so step 5 is what about selling something? So we're obviously going to sell something in our personal brands because you are going to become that income generator. So what do you sell? By now, because you've successfully followed through and did step 4, you can create an offer that your audience actually needs. You know, you don't want to just produce something that you think they want. You're putting out what they need. So if you have a health-based brand, you're not just putting out a weight loss ebook when they want a cookbook from you. So because you've done step 4 and you understood your audience, once you do that, you'll be ready to sell something. And so my biggest tip when it comes to selling anything is start with one thing and be willing to grow from there. And again, you really should be doing this once you've kind of established an audience of some sort, even if it's a small audience of 50 to 100 people, because then you're bringing about what they are looking for. And so I think my very first thing that I sold was an ebook on building your boutique business. I was working with faith-based boutique owners, but then I put out my clothing line based off of what we were talking about. And then I realized they were in their businesses but struggling to keep faith. So then I put out a devotional for them. And so these things happened within a year or two of each other, but it happened naturally as I learned my audience, as I listened to them and figured out what it was that they actually needed. Those are the 5 steps to starting your personal brand this year. Comment down below any questions you guys have about this topic. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video.